Brum, 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 brum. Hey, yo, guys. How are you? Hope that you are super fucking epic. It's your brother Paul. O-M-G. I'm wearing the same pants as yesterday. Oh. My gosh. So, oh my gosh, these gains, guys. These fucking gains, guys. I'm just getting big. And you know my affirmations have been... What have my affirmations been? It's been, my arms are gargantuan, right? My muscles are gargantuan. That's what I've been saying in my head. A lot of other affirmations as well, but that's like one of the big ones. So, today, guys, is about... Welcome to my room, by the way, first of all. Beautiful room. So, today's video is about the real benefits of meditation, okay? And the real benefits of presence. So, for me, meditation and presence, they kind of go hand in hand, right? I feel like the purpose of meditation is to bring you to a place of presence and also to bring you to an awareness of your own awareness, okay? So, I feel that it's been a bit mystified. Like before I really knew about like meditation and spirituality and stuff like that, and I was entering into the whole self-improvement world, which probably a lot of you guys are entering into. The whole idea of meditation was very vague. It was very like, why do it? Like, why do it? Like, like people will say, like, you know, your mentors and stuff, yeah, meditate and do this and meditate and what, but why meditate? Really, why? Oh, it helps you focus and oh, it helps you blah, blah, blah. No, let me give you guys a real, what I found for myself now, my personal experience, right? Personal experience. So my other hand is holding the phone. These are the real reasons to meditate and to be present to the moment. Okay, so there's two, first of all, right, there's two kinds of, there's two fields of benefits, right? This is obviously going to depend on your beliefs, right? Because we know that your beliefs influence your perception of the world, and your perception of the world influences where you end up in life, like where you go, okay? You strengthen yourself and you weaken yourself through your perception, right? You determine what you are capable of through your perception, right? So the two kinds of fields of benefits for meditation and presence are, one is the physical, right? The physical, the one that we can look at through science and we can be like, oh, here's his his empathetic mirror neurons have strengthened, and now when he looks at people, he can feel more empathy for people. He can connect with people on an easier level emotionally because he's been meditating. So that's, for example, in the physical, because that can be more understood through science. Science is just a Greek word for knowledge, right? It's just a Greek word for knowledge. So you're saying knowledge, science, right? So the second field is this, right? So that's the first field. It's kind of more tangible. It's easier to, what's his name? The second field is, the first field is physical. The second field is metaphysical, okay? Metaphysical. Yeah, metaphysical. And that is where an example of a metaphysical thing would be something like, you meditate, you get present, and then coincidences just start happening that create the world or your situation or put you in a place or position that you actually really wanted to be in, right? And you're not sure how it happened. Now you see the difference between these two is that science, current understanding, current knowledge is able to determine how we arrived at the end result with the first one, which is the physical, which is the scientific one, right? We understand how we got there. Well, we don't really understand how we got there, but we understand some components of how we got there, right? We just name the components. So, oh, mirror neurons. Oh, this. We just give stuff names and then we link it up, right? The second one is something like, just like in the medieval times, they might not understand how, if they saw a cell phone, right, they might not understand how it works. They might just say, oh, it's metaphysical. Oh, it's magical, because we don't understand how it works. It is magical. It's woo-woo. It's woo-hoo. It's woo-woo. It's not tangible because we don't understand how, oh, it sends a wave over there. I don't know how that works. So in the same way, over here, you can find yourself in a position that you really wanted to be in through presence, through meditation. That's an example of the metaphysical. So first, hey, I'm loving this actually. Why doesn't it show me how much time I have left on here? Anyway, tattoo, badass fucking voice. So, first things first, the physical. Okay, what are some of the physical benefits of meditation, the real ones? Okay, so when you're meditating, you're gonna be people who meditate, right? People like to say there's two kinds of people. There's two kinds of people in the world, right? Clearly, there's billions of kinds of people in the world. You can just put them in whatever categories you like. So the two kinds of people, in regards to meditation, there's people who are like, everything, someone comes around the corner, oh my gosh, dude, you just started that. It's like, ha, got you. And there's a person who someone can come and then, boo, and the person just like, hey bro. It's just like calm, chilled and relaxed. So that's one of the first benefits, is you'll notice that when you're meditating more, you're way more. Breathe into the top of my chest right there. Just breathe into the diaphragm. When you meditate, you're way more calm, right? You're way more zen. You're way more. Things don't affect you. You're at this place where you're in control. You're in more control. You're at this place of centeredness where something can happen on the outside and you just be chilled. And then you, out of that place of chilledness or relaxation, you figure a way to get what you want in that situation. Whereas someone else who maybe doesn't meditate or isn't present to the moment, they may just be flying around in their fucking thoughts and just like, oh, blah, 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 their labels, their judgments, their blah, 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 and this means this, and this means, oh, and they're in their head. So they can't think of a proper solution to achieve what they want to achieve. Instead, they're just like reacting, right? When you've been meditating, when you've been present to the moment, you find yourself doing less reacting and more responding. You see, responding more out of choice, right? So the outside doesn't control you, okay? Whereas someone who doesn't meditate, they tend to be more reactive, whereas this equals this. So if someone insults them, that means insult equals get offended. They're more like a robot. You know, it's funny because if you press a button on a robot, what does it do? It reacts to that button, right? If you enter a command, it reacts to that and does what you want it to do. It's so funny. People like, there's a rant on my end. People like, and I've heard this many times, I think you guys have too. People say, oh, I've got emotions. I'm not a robot. I've got emotions. I get angry. I get happy. I get this. I get that. I've got emotions, right? Bless them. Love you guys as people. It's all cool. However, it's more robotic to not have free will. It's more robotic to do things that you actually don't want to do. It's more awesome and in alignment with your God self, your inner fucking awesomeness, okay? To do what you really want to do, to have self-control, to not feel an emotion if you don't want to feel an emotion. It's okay to not want to feel an emotion. And you know what's awesome? If you follow your heart and find a way to not feel it and to feel what you actually want to feel, what you are doing is being in alignment with your higher self, your true self, right? Everything that brings you true joy, not junk food happiness. You see, there's a difference between true joy and junk food happiness. True joy is the one that gives you life and happiness, and you're able to treat people well, and you're able to just feel good. You sleep easily at night. You just feel amazing. Junk food happiness is just like it's there for the moment, and then it's gone, and then you feel like crap, right? Why am I laughing at that? But the good one is when you're in alignment with your true self, right? So, if you're meditating and stuff, you're going to be able to control your emotions. You're going to be able to be the one who chooses. Do I want to be happy right now? Okay, I can be happier, right? Do I want to be more chilled right now? Okay, I can be more chilled right now. Do I want to be, yeah, bro, woo! Right now? Okay, I can be more, yeah, bro, right now. Okay? His eyes are so fucking mesmerizing. Mesmerizing. Cult leader eyes. It would be nice. It would be nice to be a cult leader and just have like lots of beautiful Asian chicks that just worship me and they just like suck on my dick and I just like come on their faces. Obviously they're worshiping me because of my personality, because I'm very anyway, my personality. So where were we? Yes, that's the first reason for meditation, just diving a bit in deep there. So the second physical reason, I would say, would be socializing, right? Socializing, being in social stuff, okay? When you are more present to the moment, you see, when you meditate more, you become more present to the moment in general. It's kind of like a muscle. You're present to the momentness, which is basically not being in your head. It's not thinking, it's not judging and labeling things. When you see a person, you're not consciously judging them. You're not thinking about them with thoughts. You are looking at them and responding to them. Depending on what level you're at, you may even respond to them without having thoughts in your head, which may sound like a paradox. Like, how is that intelligent? How is it smart to not think, right? Sometimes, look, you see, the thing is this. When you're thinking, right, you think that you're taking all the variables into consideration. Honestly, if you miss one variable in an equation, let's take a math equation, right? People think it's so smart to think. Oh, it's so intelligent to think, right? You take a math equation, right? X plus Y, MC squared, whatever the fuck, right? I wasn't a fan of math. But anyway, if you miss one variable, we take out one single variable, even half a variable, not even one. Let's take out half a variable, right? What happens to that equation? Do you get the answer correct? Hands on my hips right now. Do you get that answer correct? No, right? No, you don't. Okay. Now we look at this world. Okay. How many variables are there? Like Alan Watts said, right? Alan Watts even said this, right? The variables in any given situation are infinite. Okay. Assuming that we even know what infinite means, right? It's infinite. Okay. It's changing arms. So if the variables are infinite, there's way more than 1,000 variables. Or you're probably just thinking of 5 or 4 variables. Not even 25 yet. Okay. Infinite. Like more than 1,000 fucking variables, right? Possibilities. So if you're just taking those variables into consideration, you're missing all the others. Do you really think that you are doing the smart thing by thinking? Do you really think that that's intelligent? Do you really think it's intelligent to think? Now, if you're going to think about that, you see, thinking is on a certain plane. It's good. It's above where most of the animals are. It's above. It's on a high level, right? I'm speaking on a higher level right now. Let's get back into focus. So, there's another level beyond thinking, right? Which is connecting to the source, which is you, okay? You, okay? We'll save the woo-woo part for... Woo is just like, it's just the part that science doesn't fully understand yet, okay? So the people don't believe in it with absolute Christian-like faith. Oh my gosh, this is our religion. Because the people in white coats fucking said it and they had something called a microscope next to them. But shout out to the people in white coats. Shout out to you for helping us with a bunch of stuff. Number one being, I don't know, cell phones and Wi-Fi and internet porn. So where will we? Asa Akira videos. Where were we? Yeah, so when you tune into, there's this thing beyond thought, right? Beyond thought. Napoleon Hill calls it infinite intelligence, right? Napoleon Hill calls it infinite intelligence. Neville Goddard calls it God. He calls it the human imagination. I think the Hindus call it, I'm not sure what they call it. I think they call it Brahman. They've got all different kinds of names for it, right? But essentially, this being is you, right? It's you, but it's infinite. And so in order for it to experience, it has to limit itself, according to these people, right? Limit itself through the veil of your body and then through your perception to experience this world, okay? So when you, yeah, it's a lot to take in. I realize that. Remember what I'm saying right now. Take it with a grain of salt. Whenever someone talks, guys, take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it fully seriously. It's not gospel, okay? And even the gospel, take it with a fucking grain of salt. Have some sodium in your diet, okay? And have a banana afterwards because you want to balance that out with potassium. Health nutrition people will get that joke. So yeah, take it lightly, okay? Like who was it? Was it Thomas Edison? I don't know who it was. Someone, right? He said it's the mark of an educated mind to be able to, I'm paraphrasing now, to be able to contain two ideas and not like take them seriously, not like hold on to one, right? Like to equally like balance out two ideas, okay, and to be chilled about it, okay, and then still to be able to act in a reasonably wise way according to themselves. So it's making fun of us right now. It's making fun of myself too, I guess. It's all good. So when you let go of that and you become present, you are accessing a realm beyond thought, where you are able to go off instinct. It's almost like a string that guides you towards a certain path that just feels right. It just feels right. It's in your gut. It's a gut feeling, some people call it. Like these lips. Yeah. Some abs right now. Some abs, some chest, some nipple. So funny, I met this one girl, she's like, I'm from Nepal. Oh, Nepal? You're from Nepal? That was way back. Anyway. So, when you tap into that intelligence, you're like, and you meet people, you're like, they find you kind of mesmerizing, and it's like, you're so relaxed and calm, and it kind of gives you this curiosity as well, to be curious about them. And when they're speaking, you're like genuinely listening, and you're just sitting back and relaxing on what they're saying, being so present to the moment. Just, it's so nice. Interesting. Okay, and you're talking about their cat, and you're just so curious, and you asking them about this and about that. But it's a genuine curiosity that they can feel, and that they are attracted to. It's not an interview. Fuck that. It's more of a connecting thing. Okay. So you socialize way better when you are present to the moment. You respect yourself way better. You're more confident. These are more, your mirror neurons are better, so you have more empathy with people. You can make friends easier. Obviously, it's also dependent on your mindset and your self-image, which Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who wrote the book Psycho-Cybernetics, talks about. Your self-image, I think Dan Locke also spoke about the power of self-image. Yeah, it was a TED Talk, I think. But so it's meditation is like a fluid for the gears of your power machine, right? Your powerhouse. So the gears are moving at a certain speed and you're moving towards a direction that you want to go to, like a more successful one. The meditation and the presence is like lube. It's like lube for your gears, okay? Not for your dick. Not for your dick. Could be for your dick because women will find you more attractive because you're being present and you're not in the head, not in the thoughts. You're in whatever the fuck we call this thing. So it's lube to your gears. You move towards your success and to better stuff easier, okay? I guess we can call that the physical side of things, okay? There's probably way more benefits, way more. Like relaxation, your hormones getting better, your skin getting smoother, depending on how long you meditate, how present you are. Now let's advance to the metaphysical, where things get really exciting. Okay, things get really fucking exciting over here. The metaphysical. Let's get present for a moment, shall we? If you guys want, I can make you can just ask me in the comments and I can make another video on how to get present to the moment, like easily. So, the and what kind of meditations to do and stuff like that. This is my mom's earring, by the way. It's pretty badass. So, metaphysical benefits, right? So, let me tell you guys a quick story, right? I remember one day I meditated. Oh, there's lots of things that happened. Fuck, lots of things that happened. I got tons of metaphysical stories for you guys. So one day, right, I was meditating. I meditated for an hour on this particular day. Went out with my family to some restaurant, nice place, eating pizza and stuff. And on this day, I just spoke my heart, how I felt. Blah, 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 blah. I won't go into the details of how they were behaving and stuff like that. And then there so happened to be like a bunch of people behind us, like some young people. They were totally my vibe, totally energy, totally love, and just fucking around and just having fun, dudes and girls. And I think they were a classroom or something. And so I was like, that's where I belong. Not there where I was at the table, behind. That's where I felt. I felt like I belonged with all those young people. So I just began speaking with them. I was talking with them. I found a fucking earring on the ground. It wasn't this one. It was a round, circular one, like a hoop that a dolphin can like go through. It wasn't that big. It was like this big. So I put it on for the fun of it, right? Just to have fun. And ended up just somehow having a conversation with those people. I walked out. We started talking there. Asked them if I can rap for them. Started rapping. And I was just very high status, very elegant, very, I don't know, smooth, whatever the fuck. Having fun, just amusing myself, right? And connecting with them, talking to all of them. The center of attention was completely on me. And that was an amazing day. I remember the one, I got attention from all of the girls that I could see, except for the one girl who probably felt that I was out of her league. So she's just like, bless her soul though. I think it was her, they were celebrating her farewell or something like that, and I was the center of attention at her farewell. So I guess I could understand her a bit. But anyway, so yeah, there were one of the girls that was like super attracted to me. She was like like asking me all these questions while I'm busy talking to the other people. And it's like, trying to get my attention. And then she's like, do you want to come with us? Do you want to come with us? We're going to Paarl, which is another place. We're here in Wellington right now. So why am I talking so fast? Probably because, let me make up an excuse why I'm talking so fast. Because I want to get this into the video, and I'm not sure how long the thing is going to record for. So, yeah. So she's like, yo, do you want to come with us to Paarl? Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like when she spoke to me, like I was just looking in her eyes. She was just looking in my eyes. She was like we were like fucking with our eyes, like. But anyway, besides all that stuff, which is really cool, and I rapped for them, which is really fun. They were just like, and they recorded, and everybody was turned up. I made jokes. I made tons of fucking jokes. Anyways, so I think she was also touching me a bit. I think she was touching me quite a bit. But anyways, that's one example. Like that day was one of those days where I was just like, I got the chance to express my true self. Okay, my true self to the forefront. And I was just in the perfect situation that I love to be in, which is just being the social god, just being the fucking center of attention. Some people may say, it's not good to be the center of attention. Well, why don't you fucking tell HBO that it's not good to be the center of attention? Why don't you fucking tell the billboards that it's not good to be the center of attention? Why don't you tell the billionaires that it's not good to be the center of attention? And then no one watches TV, no one watches Tom Cruise, and no one watches cable, okay? How you like that? No one watches any of that stuff. No one's the center of attention. Better? Is that better? Okay? I'm fucking around here, but for real though, that's very true what I'm saying. So, I think it's good to be the center of attention in a loving fashion, okay? In a loving way where you give love to each person. So that was one of the experiences that I had. Another one was and it would be cool if I said yes. That would have been cool. I probably would have fucked that chick. I know that she was trying to get me to penetrate her. But another story that happened was, thinking back to which one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, right. Those of you who are aware of this is number 2, right? Number 2. It's the ish. So those of you who are visualizing, right, and who believe in visualizing, who understand that stuff, you will know. Okay, by the way, my brain just I don't know why, my brain just wants me to tell you this. I'm on, I haven't been on YouTube this is the second day now, the beginning of the second day. Yesterday I wasn't on YouTube at all, beginning of the second day. Okay, so I put that in there. Let's get back to focus, not be all over the place, let's be focused. Okay. So, I was visualizing one day, right? So, number one, right, with a metaphysical thing is it puts you in situations that you enjoy, that you like, that are a true expression of the real you. What is the real you? What is the real you? It is the you that makes you feel fulfilled inside. It is the you. Oh, my voice is just getting godly right now. Oh my God. So it's the you that makes you feel like content, right? It's the you that makes you smile at yourself. It's the you that you admire. It's the you that you respect, that you love the most. That is the true you, right? The rest is just social conditioning. The rest is just a result of your environmental exposure that you're exposing yourself to. It's a result of osmosis and stuff like that, okay? And self-image, okay? But the real you is the you that you're really, really fucking happy with. That is the real you, okay? That you're the most happy with. So there we go. We can see, even there, we can get a hint. We can get a hint at our infinite nature, okay? Our true infinite nature, because happiness and stuff, there isn't a cap on happiness. There isn't a limit on bliss. There isn't a limit on joy, right? It can go up, 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 up. So we can see the infinite nature when you're infinitely aligned with whoever you truly are, which is a huge, beautiful mystery, right? Don't we humans love mystery also? Interesting. So anyway, let's stay with this, right? So the second part is, real benefit of, the second metaphysical benefit, it's also a real benefit of meditation and being present is whatever you visualize, right? If you're visualizing something, doing affirmations, visualizing something, it brings it to the forefront faster. It's kind of similar to number 1, but whatever you were visualizing comes out faster. So I remember I was doing this sometime back. If you can check out my music channel, I call them V-Days, right? This one, the V-Days on this channel were for my social circle stuff, right? I was visualizing social circle stuff. The ones on my music channel, dominant again, as usual, as per usual. On my music channel were for my rapping, okay, where I was imagining myself rapping, and I was also imagining myself at that point. I was like, a bit of social stuff, but I was imagining myself because I had this belief that I didn't realize that, because I live here in Africa, okay? I didn't realize that I could be appreciated by white girls. I didn't appreciate that. No, I didn't realize that, right? I don't know, it was some kind of bias that I'd grown up with in the past, in preschool. I don't know what the fuck it was, right? The thing is, it's so funny because in the past I have white female friends, tons of white male friends. Oh my God. Some of my best friends are white. Some of my best friends. Role reversal. And there were white girls that had flirted with me before, quite a couple of white girls that had flirted with me before, that had been romantically interested in me. So I don't know how that thing was there, because there were a bunch of white girls that were interested in me sexually. So I don't know how I got that idea of me not being able to hang out with white girls. I don't know how the fuck that got into my brain. But anyway, so I visualized that I was in a social circle surrounded by white girls, and I'm a rapper rock star, and my friends that are encouraging me and stuff like that, they're these white chicks that I'm just hanging out with, and we're having fun, we're joking and shit like that, and they're obviously into me and blah blah blah. And so I I was laying down with my back on the carpet at the center over there, and I visualized it for like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or something, and I went out to do my rapping for the day, right? The thing is this, I was meditating for 30 minutes before I did my visualization, right? So each day I would meditate and then visualize, meditate, then visualize. So while I was rapping for people, I was kind of just being present to the moment, freestyling, and then one moment occurred, and this is the turning point, but where the result came in. And I distinctly remember walking across the tar path, right? The tar sidewalk, right? And I'm walking, and these girls, just a bunch of random white girls, they just greet me from this balcony of this building, like, hey, hi, hi. And I'm walking, and I'm like girls have been fond of me. It's pretty normal for me, but it was like, especially like girls of my complexion, they're very fond of me. Girls of darker complexion also fond of me. And then there's the occasional white chick. At least that's what was in my RAS, my reticular activation system. My FOMA, not FOMO, FOMA, my front of mind awareness. I'm sounding so intelligent right here. I'm so intelligent. Neuro fucking scientist. But I know a lot about my dick, so I'm more of a rocket scientist. Anyway, so they're greeting me, and then I'm just greeting back. I'm in such a good vibe. I'm like, hey, hi. And they're like, wow, he greeted back. Okay, I don't think they were screaming, but maybe they did. I don't know. But they were like excited and like, oh wow, he greeted back. Then I was like, hey, can I rap for you guys? And then they were like, yeah, please do. And then I came there. So I was just rapping for people that day. That was my path, my mission, fucking purpose, mission in life. So I went there and I rapped for them freestyle. They're like, wow, that's amazing. And I introduced myself, Paul, and they introduced themselves. I tried to remember their names, couldn't remember all their names. I just remembered how they looked. And the one's like, hey, let's exchange numbers. We're going out to the bar tonight. Would you like to come with? We would love to have you come with us to the bar. So I'm like, yeah, cool. That'll actually be pretty cool. And I gave them my number. And I went back home. Oh no, wait, no. They said, yo, we're meeting at the bar tonight. Will you come there? Come with us. And then she said something like, let's exchange numbers for when we invite you out to other stuff. We're going to do other stuff together as well. We'll invite you out. So I was like, yeah, sure. And then that night, I went out to the bar, because I seldomly ever go to fucking bars and clubs and stuff like that, which, if I was in America, I'd fucking do it, bro. So that's my vibe. So, people are my vibe. So, awesome people are especially my vibe. I get along with awesome people pretty well. So, where were we? Yeah, so I arrived at this bar thingy, and now remember, this had happened just when, after this whole visualizing, meditating thing. And after entering there, they're just there, they're greeting me, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm meeting all the girls, talking to them, using the wrong names when I talk to them. We're laughing together, talking about sushi, talking about all kinds of stuff. And then the one girl's flirting with me. She's talking about porn. She always brings it back to sex when she's talking to me. Have you heard about? I don't even want to mention the kind of porns that she talked about. It was like really different. I think at the time I was in a relationship with the girl at the time, so I was like also attempting to be faithful, even though it would have been nice. I was like So. So yeah, then I even asked her like, yo, so what do you do? Which is a question I like to ask people, like, yo, what do you do for fun? Like, what's fun for you? And she's like, blowjob. I give blowjob. I asked her like, what do you do for fun? She's like, blowjobs. I just looked at her. She's like, oh no, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. And she like talks about blah 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 blah. Oh, fun. And then the one girl, the leader of the group, she was like twerking at me and stuff like that. And And then later on, she invited me to a birthday party. Anyways, so you see the metaphysical, right? Dude, I've got tons of these fucking metaphysical stories, guys. Dude, I could write a fucking book on this metaphysical stuff that I've manifested, right? Or my experiences, my spiritual experiences. Spiritual Robert De Niro face. Shout out to Robert De Niro. So, good job to you. So, be awesome if this video goes for an hour. I can make it go for an hour. I can definitely make it go for an hour. So, let's do some jump squats, guys. Should probably warm up before you do jump squats. So, another metaphysical, rub the nose, clean the nose. Another metaphysical benefit. Which one can I think of right now? I'm thinking of one that's a different. You see, when I'm doing these videos, I just have a little bit of the skeletal structure of the video, and then I just put the meat. I just put a bit of the frame, then I put the stuff in. So it's really off the fly. Okay. So what other story can I think of, or example can I think of that's metaphysical, but it's not the same kind as what I mentioned before. So the two that I mentioned so far, guys, is one, hey, if you're still watching this, shout out to you for your passion. Shout out to you for realizing how awesome I am, and shout out to you for your attention span. You're a legend. You have a legendary attention span. Awesome, fucking awesome. That's something to be proud of. Me too. I have a good attention span for stuff that I like. So, so the first one was, it gets you into a positive position. It's a position that's a truer expression of you that makes you happier, okay? The second one is, it brings your manifestations about faster, okay? Manifestations about faster. I've got a bunch of, pardon me, I just farted. I hope you heard that. I hope you heard that. I've got a bunch of stories about how this present stuff got me into positions that I enjoy, and that are more truer expressions of me, and just getting present and smiling. Smile. and I've got lots of stories about how I got into how it manifested my visualizations faster. So now the third one is, let me pause. I'm making you guys wait a bit. Okay, here's the third one, right? It brings the right people into your environment, right? It brings the right people. So let's say you want to be a world-class dancer or something like that, right? Let's say you want to be a great dancer. You meditate, you get present to the moment, you're going to meet someone who teaches that stuff, okay? And if you keep being present to the moment, you may end up working with a person like that. So, for example, myself, thinking of which one can I mention right now. It really brings you towards your goals faster. Like your goals, it brings you towards them metaphysically. Like I remember when I was trying to build a social circle, and I was just like getting yeah. Anyway, I was just I was thinking that was actually a bit of like self-acceptance and stuff like that. But self-acceptance helps you, and presence are kind of they bring each other towards each other. Self-acceptance and presence, and self-love and presence bring each other towards each other. So I remember meeting a dude on the road, my homie Armand, shout out to you, dude, and he just invited me to a party over there. Just invited me to a party, and my goal at the time was to just build a social circle, be very sociable and stuff here in Wellington. Because whenever I went out there, if I went to Durban, easily build a social circle, easily be known, easily have fun, easily meet a lot of people. If I went to Botswana, where I stayed there, same thing. Wherever, right? So, changing arms right now. So there he invited me to a party, met a bunch of people, got surrounded by girls, drank. I didn't accept the wine there. And there was a girl there who just asked me, a white girl as well, who asked me to, yo, we should come back. You should really come back again. You should really visit us more often. Kept on telling me that. Like, I just remember that. Like, that was like her catchphrase. Um, she's a cool person though. What else? Yeah. So those are the three. Now there's those that are, I'll just say, in the middle, because they're both. They're both. You see, I think these two are actually one. These two different fields are actually one. Meditation, it makes you feel more at peace. As being present to the moment makes you more at peace. It gives you more control. It makes you happier, more joyful. It's the lubricant to whatever self-improvement that you're already doing. Okay, it's the lubricant to it. Yeah, it attracts success. It's really good. It's really fucking good, and that's my mission right now. Like, to just get really fucking present. That, you see, it's something that I've been realizing and then re-realizing that, yo, I should just be present, and I should just keep meditating, and I should just keep getting more present, because success is just gonna come to me if I do that, and it's gonna come to me either way. That's my mindset, but I know it'll come faster if I just be present. So that's my newer newer mission for now. So yeah, I love you guys, and I trust that you will meditate and experience these awesome benefits of being present for yourself. I love you guys. Vroom, 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 vroom.